Hey guys, welcome back to another video from Input Plus. Today's video is about my aging workhorse. It's an Intel Xeon X5675 system, and everything about it is old. Maybe the only new item in it is the power supply, which is an EVGA 750BQ, and it's got a 128 gig SSD for booting purposes. Other than that, everything about it is old. It still uses DDR3 memory. I have a GTX 970 video card. The CPU is overclocked to 4.35 gigahertz, and the GPU, the GTX 970, is overclocked as well. But it still performs very well. I have another unit that I use for video editing and gaming, but this one can game as well. So if this was my only unit, I'd still be okay. It's cooled by a really old Corsair H60 all-in-one cooler in a push-pull configuration. It's installed in the rear and everything's exhausting to the back. The project, or what got me curious, was right now this unit has two front just plain white LEDs, and then there's two faint LED lights at the top. And I thought about repurposing these Gamdias fans, which are now can be used as RGB fans, because Gamdias shipped me the replacement controller for the Gamdias Athena M2 build or case that I did. If you're curious about that video, I'll put up a link so you can watch and see what really happened with the controllers. Anyway, so now I have 3 spare RGB fans that can be repurposed, and I thought about, will it still be viable for the stock fan to be replaced by an RGB case fan? I ran some benchmarks with this stock setup, and what I plan to do is replace the stock cooler that's pushing air to the radiator with this RGB case fan, and then we will move the stock fan, the AIO fan, onto the other side to pull. So it still serves a purpose, but not the main pushing air job. So we will replace that with this RGB case fan, run some benchmarks, and if it even comes close to the stock configuration, then we have a winner. I can stick to that and continue using it and add some lighting to the case. So without further ado, let's get to the experiment. But before that, please click on like if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe, because it really helps the channel to get going and keeps me motivated to do more videos. So I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. It's done. As you can see, the RGBs are in. I've replaced the stock AIO fan with the RGB, and the stock AIO fan went in the back to pull air or pull the heat from the radiator. The RGB fan is pushing the air into the radiator. I can hear air bubbles with the old H60. This is due for an upgrade, but it's just a fun experiment that I wanted to do. So this would allow me, the experiment would allow me to, if it succeeds, I have all the options to replace, the stock fans with RGB fans, as long as they are within spec. I know that's a big term, but as long as it's functional, even though there's a bit of form involved in this experiment. I'll show you the front RGBs. It's nice. Gives it a little life. I'll take some more shots for additional footage, and then But this all won't matter if after benchmarking it doesn't pass muster. If it cannot, provide the cooling that I need, then we'll have to think of some other ways. Maybe I'll have to repurpose the RGB fan up top, or just move the AIO up top so I can have the RGB in the back. But let's run the benchmarks first, and I'll be back with the numbers. Okay? So there you have it, guys. Not bad, as you saw from the benchmarks. On the high side, the difference between the two setups was around 2 to 3 degrees per core. So on average, 2 to 3 degrees warmer with the RGB fans in place of the stock AIO fan. Not bad. Again, we're working with what we have. We don't want to spend any money. This is a scenario where if you already have the RGB fans and they're just laying around because you're afraid to use it for your AIO, well, you can judge for yourself. There's about 2 to 3 degrees difference in temperature on a benchmark. So I did test. I put in some time, maybe a half an hour of gaming. It was Battlefield 5 and Devastation map, and it went as high as 76 degrees, 75. I believe I never checked in the past, so again, there's no apples to apples comparison, but for certain it was lower than that, maybe 72 degrees tops. So not enough for me to spend any extra money, and it's an experiment. Again, the AIO that I have in that machine is going to be replaced. I'm even thinking of putting in a 240 to replace it, put it up top, because that's the only place I have for that case, which, by the way, is also a classic. Is a Rosewill. How do you pronounce it? Rosewill Nautilus, and it's a really old case, which also will be upgraded soon. So that unit is gonna get new stuff. But again, for the experiment, it's worth it, I guess. Get RGB lights for pretty much the same amount of cooling. So I'll keep that set up for a while and then move on with it. So if this video served the purpose for you, please let me know. And if you like it, click on like and subscribe to Input Plus. Helps the channel going. And I'll see you in the next video.